dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. We're going to begin with some breaking news out of Letcher County. A semi-truck crash has closed Kentucky 160 in the Gordon community. WYMT's Taylor Upchurch is live near the scene with more. Taylor?
Yeah, Steve, we're here on Kentucky 160 in Gordon, just about 5 miles out of Cumberland, where a semi has went over the hill. Now, Kentucky State Police and the coroner have been called to the scene, but with that being said, we do not know if anyone is dead, and we have not confirmed if it's a male or a female or who they are. But we do know that the coroner has been called to the scene, and right now what we do know is that the road should be closed for at least another 2 hours. We hope to have more information by 5:30 or 6. For now, live in Letcher County, Taylor Upchurch, WYMT Mountain News.
Taylor, thank you very much. Obviously, a lot still to learn on that story. Again, that road shut down. Typically, when the coroner is called, that means there is at least one fatality. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on this story here and on WYMT.com. New York police arrested an 80-year-old man accused of killing 2 teenagers at the Virginia Beach oceanfront back in 1973. Janice Pietropaula and Lynn Seathaler, both 19 years old, were vacationing in Virginia Beach from Pittsburgh when they were found cut, strangled, and shot. A retired investigator shared his thoughts on the cold case back in 2011.
I'm hoping that the modern technology of today and the hard-charging young troops that are working out of the Virginia Beach Police Department now, they'll be able to put the package together someday.
And it looks like that day has come. 80-year-old Ernest Broadnow is charged with 2 counts of murder and rape. Police say cold case investigators began aggressively researching a strong lead they received in the fall of 2018, which led to the arrest. Broadnow is set to appear in court in New York again later this month.
Well, it was another beautiful day here in the mountains. We saw plenty of sunshine and those warmer temperatures really throughout the day. You'll notice here on our Moorhead cam along Interstate 64, just a few clouds in the sky, but overall we have seen those blue skies and those sunny conditions. And as we look outside of Jackson right now, we are seeing clear skies, temperatures into the lower 70s, 74 over there. Check out that dew point, 37 degrees. So very dry outside. So it's actually feeling like 74. That sun beaming down on you, definitely feeling pretty warm out there. We're seeing anywhere from those low to mid 70s, 76 in Hazard and London, 77 in Harlan, showing a very warm 78 down into Middlesboro, and a 74 over into Prestonsburg. As we head throughout the rest of the evening, you'll notice those temperatures dropping near 70. By the time we get to right around dinner time, sun goes down, we'll drop into about those low to mid 60s, then those upper 50s as we head into the midnight hours. You'll notice those calm winds really continuing throughout the next couple of hours. Those winds will pick up though tomorrow as a warm front approaches, and that's going to bring very warm air into the area. Could see 80s for tomorrow. That cold front then moves in on Friday. That's going to bring some soggy conditions before sunshine returns for the first half of your weekend. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Steve.
All right, Paige, thank you. Lawmakers will be heading back to Frankfort after Governor Bevin said he plans to call a special session. The session will deal with House Bill 358, which he vetoed yesterday. The governor says he supports the goal of the bill, but wants to see some changes to it. Today, we heard from the governor and one of the organizations affected by the bill. Victor Puente reports.
House Bill 358 would have allowed some universities and quasi-governmental agencies like health departments and domestic violence centers to leave the state's pension system. They would have been able to buy their way out, but it would have cost the state around $800 million. The director of the Kentucky Coalition Against Domestic Violence says the cost to leave wasn't an option for them. They also can't afford the current plan.
While House Bill 358 wasn't feasible, now we're back in limbo, not knowing.
All right, obviously you're having some trouble with that story. We'll have more on the possible special session coming up later tonight at 5:30 and 6. Well, it is deadline day, but President Donald Trump's tax returns are nowhere to be found. House Ways and Means Chairman Richard Neal requested 6 years of records from the IRS by today, but Democrats are expecting a battle which is likely to end up in court. The House Financial Services Committee grilled Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin yesterday, where he acknowledged Treasury lawyers spoke with the White House about potential tax requests. This concerns Democrats.
The fact that there was any communication with the White House about this is deeply troubling.
The heated meeting ended with no proposed solution to the debate. A project to widen Interstate 75 in southern Kentucky continues, but the effort to fix a dangerous stretch of interstate is creating headaches for drivers. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton tells us, some are finding it difficult to get on the interstate.
Many will tell you that this is a much-needed project to correct what's been a very dangerous section of interstate here in southern Kentucky. But until it's done, drivers are going to have to exercise some patience and get used to going on some detours. It is all part of what transportation officials are calling the northbound I-75 traffic shift. And until Friday morning at 6, the on-ramp heading north at exit 62 at Renfro Valley is closed. And that's been confusing for some drivers, like this semi-driver who stopped and a state trooper had to walk over to tell him how to get back on the interstate.
No, we just come in from this way from Somerset, Kentucky.
Okay. Paul Vaught also didn't know how to head north. Most drivers are told to head south on the interstate, get off at exit 59, then head north from there. But the confusing part is not long ago, some of the on-ramps at exit 59 were also closed. Many drivers are finding out what to do at one of the local gas station food marts.
They want to know why there is no sign telling them which way to go, for one thing. And so they're clueless, and we have to tell them how to get to north.
A 13-mile section of interstate has been under construction for some time, and there's still a lot of work to be done. The project is still about 1.5 years away from being completed. The completion date is October of 2020. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
State transportation officials say there is detailed information on the Kentucky Transportation District 8 Facebook page. A fire in Harlan County burned down a trailer and caused damage to the neighboring trailers. This happened in the Sunshine community of Harlan County yesterday afternoon. One man did live in the home. He made it out safely. Thankfully, there were no injuries. We're told it took 6 trucks to keep the blaze from spreading to homes next to it.
And like I said, these homes are really close together and stuff, so time is of the essence for us to get here to control, to save, whoever we can and stuff in the process of it, but the other homes and stuff as well.
Officials say they do not know what caused the fire and it is still under investigation. Officials say arson may be behind a series of Louisiana church fires. 3 historically black Louisiana churches have caught fire in the past 2 weeks. Locals thought the first church had an electrical issue, but 2 more churches caught fire within days. This intensified investigations, even getting the FBI involved. So far, no suspects have been named. Investigators are also looking into a 4th fire that happened March 31st at a predominantly white congregation to see if the fires are connected. We have a recall to tell you about. The American Academy of Pediatrics is demanding the Consumer Product Safety Commission immediately recall the Fisher-Price Rockin' Play sleeper. This comes after 32 sleep-related infant deaths were tied back to the sleeper. The AAP is warning parents to stop using this sleeper immediately. Preparations are underway today for the 43rd annual Hillbilly Days Festival in downtown Pikeville. Food booths, vendor booths, and amusement rides are being set up as we speak. The festival is a collaborative effort between Pike County, the City of Pikeville, the Chamber of Commerce, and Shriners Hospitals for Children. Pike County Judge Executive Ray Jones says he's enjoyed seeing the festival grow.
This is the 43rd Hillbilly Days Festival, and I remember the first Hillbilly Days parade. I stood over on 2nd Street with my dad and watched it. And to see how the events transformed over that 43-year period, the impact that it's had on the local community and the good that it's done for the Shriners Crippled Children's Hospital, it's just truly a wonderful event. We hope everyone can make it in, and it's a one-of-a-kind festival. There will literally be people from all over the country and some from different parts of the world that will be here for the festival.
Things will really kick off tonight with the carnival, and the festival will continue through Saturday night. We will also be there in front of our new bureau in downtown Pikeville for guest weather tomorrow and Friday. Let's head over to Wall Street on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closes up today more than 6 points. Scientists released the first photo of a black hole earlier today. Black holes are massive amounts of matter compressed into a small area, creating a massive gravitational field. This one is at the center of a galaxy called M87, about 54 million light years away. We'll have more on the amazing photograph coming up at 5:30. Some sad news today. One of the biggest names in country music in the 1980s has died. Country star Blake Shelton first reported on social media that Earl Thomas Conley had died. Shelton called Conley his all-time favorite singer and said he was destroyed by the news. Conley had a string of hit songs, including Holding Her and Loving You, Angel in Disguise, and Right from the Start. He had reportedly been in bad health for some time. Earl Thomas Conley was 77 years old. Straight ahead on First at 4, cell phones are about to get an upgrade. Hear about the newest breakthrough in mobile network technology just ahead.
And sunshine and warmer temperatures continue into your Thursday. We'll break down that full forecast in just a few short minutes.